The painting we're looking at is of a famous individual, historical. I think he died around 1419. This is Tsongkapa Lobsang Trokpa, the founder of the Gelugpa tradition of Tibetan Buddhism. And we see him slightly off-center in this composition with a number of students on the right and left side while he's seated on a throne. He's wearing a yellow hat and he's holding two flower blossoms, the stems of flower blossoms with a sword and a book suspended above each. At the upper left side, the viewer's left side, we have the Bodhisattva of Wisdom, Manjushri, and he is hovering above what should be Ganden Monastery, the monastery which is the mother monastery of the Gelug tradition, which was founded by Tsongkapa. At the upper right side, the viewer's right, we have the horrific, wrathful, meditational deity Vajrabhairava surrounded by flame. And then surrounded by cloud, and then surrounded by leaves and trees and flowers. And then below that on the left, we have a water feature, and then we have a naga. A naga is half human, half serpent, a deity of the netherworld. They're actually considered part of the animal kingdom, but they're not usually seen by humans, so they're separate, unlike other animals. Then at the very bottom we have Sri Devi Maksur Gyalmo, and then she has two main attendants and then four retinue attendants, and the four retinue attendants represent the four seasons of spring, summer, fall, and winter. And they're surrounded not so much by flame, but they're surrounded by dark, smoky clouds. It's more smoke than fire. As opposed to the Vajrabhairava in the upper right corner, who's surrounded by a circle of flames. Now, you'll notice also there's a lot of clouds in this composition. We have clouds around Vajrabhairava, around the Manjushri, clouds above the Ganden Monastery. We have them surrounding the throne that Tsongkapa sits on, and we have them on the left side below the Naga serpent figure. So this is quite common with the Lhasa style of painting. And this Lhasa style, they used to call it Numenry, as if it's coming from the artist Menla Dundrup of the last half of the 15th century. But actually, it's a very different style. They're still maintaining some of these names and trying to draw a parallel with tradition going back hundreds of years. But by this time, the styles have really changed and become more unique to the artist of the time. And this artist is Migmart Sering from Lhasa, and the style is really, it's a modern Lhasa style, and we really begin to see this in the late 19th century. We still have we begin to get with this Lhasa Numenry style, we have a lot more negative space, such as with the blue sky above and with the different patches of green landscape in the foreground and below the Ganden Monastery. But what is more of a unique feature with the Lhasa style of Menry is the scalloped edging, dark edging around the clouds, and this is something that was developed actually more in the mid-late 17th century in Lhasa, and has continued down to the present with different artists who are from this Lhasa region of central Tibet. But this is a wonderful example, extremely clean. The colors are good. The composition is great. The line work is good, and the shading is wonderful. So it's a wonderful example of a traditional modern, very, very correctly done religious painting, but trying to use some historical traditional style, but also with a lot of changes, adaptations, and modernizations from the last 100 years. So we'll leave it there with this painting.